You were around people all day, coworkers, classmates, friends, family, actual humans, real conversations. Your phone is full of contacts. There are group chats lighting up, followers, comments, people who'd call you a friend. And yet, here you are at the end of it, with this quiet, hollow ache in your chest. Lonely. Not the dramatic kind. The strange kind. The kind you feel in a room full of people, in the middle of a conversation, scrolling through hundreds of friends. And it makes no sense, which is why it's so confusing. How can you feel this alone when you're surrounded? What is wrong with you? So tonight, let's answer that honestly. Because feeling lonely even around people doesn't mean you're broken, or unlovable, or strange. It means something very specific and very human, and once you understand it, it stops being so frightening. First, the relief. It is absolutely not just you. Loneliness has quietly become one of the defining feelings of our time, so widespread that doctors now describe it as an epidemic, something that affects your health as seriously as smoking. And here's the part that should genuinely comfort you. Young people, the most digitally connected generation in all of history, are also the loneliest. By some surveys, around 3 in 4 feel alone often. So you are not a strange, defective person failing at something everyone else has figured out. You are feeling the exact thing that millions of people around you are feeling at the exact same time, in their own crowded, connected, lonely lives. Which is almost unbearably ironic, and also the first clue to what's really going on. Because here's the thing we get completely wrong about loneliness. We think it's about the number of people around us. It isn't. Loneliness has almost nothing to do with how many people you're with, and everything to do with how seen you feel by them. You can be alone on a mountain and feel completely at peace. And you can be in a packed room, mid-laugh, and feel utterly invisible. Loneliness isn't the absence of people. It's the absence of connection, of being truly known. It's the gap between the contact you have and the closeness you actually need. And in the modern world, that gap has become a canyon, because we have built a life that is overflowing with contact and starving for closeness. Think about it. We have more ways to reach each other than any humans who have ever lived. Texts, calls, feeds, endless little notifications. But look at what most of that connection actually is. Small talk, quick replies, reactions and likes, performing for an audience, surface skimming surface. We are in constant contact and almost never truly met. Therefore, you can spend a whole day connecting with dozens of people and still go to bed feeling like not one of them actually touched the real you. You weren't lonely because no one was there. You were lonely because, in all that noise, no one really saw you. Contact went up. Intimacy went down. And it's intimacy, being known, that the lonely heart is actually hungry for. And there's a deeper layer underneath that, the part that's hardest to admit. Most of us, most of the time, are wearing a mask. We show people the curated version, the okay version, the fine thanks how are you version, the highlight reel of ourselves. We hide the messy, scared, uncertain, real parts, because showing them feels dangerous. But here's the trap. If you only ever let people see the mask, then even when they accept you, some quiet part of you knows they're accepting the mask, not you. So their warmth never quite reaches the place that's cold. Therefore, you can be loved and still feel unseen, because the person they love isn't the person you actually are. The loneliest feeling in the world isn't being unliked. It's being unknown, sitting right there, fully visible, and still feeling like no one has ever really met you. And then social media swoops in and promises to fix it, but feeds you empty calories. A like feels like a tiny crumb of connection. A comment, a follow, a streak. Little hits that look like closeness but don't nourish you, the way a picture of a meal doesn't feed you. So you reach for your phone in the lonely moments, hoping for connection, and you get the appearance of it, which leaves you somehow emptier. And worse, loneliness has a cruel trick built into it. When you feel unseen, your mind starts whispering that it's because you're unwanted, that no one really cares, that reaching out would be a burden. So you pull back. You go quiet. You don't send the message. Therefore, you isolate yourself further, which deepens the very loneliness that started it. Loneliness, like a liar, convinces you to do the one thing that makes it worse: withdraw. And it's worth saying clearly, a lot of this isn't your personal failing. The modern world was practically built to make us lonely. We used to live woven into communities, the same neighbors for decades, the local spots where you'd bump into familiar faces, big tangled families nearby, friendships forged slowly by simply being around the same people over and over. Those third places, the cafes, the clubs, the corner shops where connection happened by accident, have been quietly disappearing. We move away for work. We replace bumping into people with scrolling past people. We swapped a few deep, rooted relationships for hundreds of thin, distant ones. So the loneliness you feel isn't proof that you're bad at connecting. It's partly the natural result of a society that slowly engineered the closeness out of daily life. And here's a secret that should genuinely change how you see every room you walk into. Almost everyone else feels this too, and almost everyone is waiting for someone else to reach out first. Everyone's standing on their side of the gap, masking, assuming they're the only lonely one, certain that reaching out would be weird or unwanted. Which means the person across the room you assume has plenty of friends and no need for you. There's a very good chance they're feeling exactly what you're feeling, hoping someone, maybe you, will be the brave one. The bravery you think you lack is the exact thing the whole room is quietly waiting for. And this is where it gets genuinely painful. Because that spiral can make you feel like a ghost, present but unseen, moving through a world of people who never quite reach you. It plants the terrible suspicion that the problem is you, that you're too much or not enough, or somehow unlovable in a way everyone else can sense. You start to believe that the loneliness is proof of some defect, when really, it's the opposite. But left alone in the dark, that ache can quietly convince you that you're the only one feeling it, in a world that looks, from the outside, so effortlessly connected. So, take a breath. Here's the turn. Loneliness is not a verdict on your worth. It's a signal, and a deeply natural one. Just like hunger tells you to eat, and thirst tells you to drink, loneliness is your body's way of telling you that you need connection. It's not a flaw. It's a need, as real and as healthy as any other. And here's the most important part. Loneliness lies about the cure. It tells you that you're unwanted and should withdraw, but the actual way out is the exact opposite. The cure for this kind of loneliness was never more people. It's more realness with a few. One honest conversation where you drop the mask. One person you let see the messy, true version of you. One moment of being genuinely known beats 1,000 likes and 100 surface chats. Depth, not numbers. And it starts the moment you let one person see what's actually behind the mask. And once you understand that, the way forward gets smaller and braver. You don't need to become more popular or fill your calendar. You need to risk being real with someone, to answer, "How are you?" honestly, just once. To send the message loneliness is begging you not to send. To let yourself be a little bit known, even though it's frightening, because being known is the only thing that has ever actually cured this. Vulnerability feels like the dangerous thing, but it's the doorway. Every real connection you've ever had started the moment someone let their guard down, and so will the next one. But before any of that, here's what I most need you to hear. Feeling lonely does not mean you're unlovable or broken, or that something is wrong with you. It means you are a human being, wired by hundreds of thousands of years of evolution for deep, real connection, and brave enough to still want it, in a world that mostly offers the shallow kind. The very fact that you ache to be truly seen means you have depth and tenderness, and so much to give to the right people. You're not too much. You're not enough. You just haven't been fully met yet, and that is not a flaw in you. It's just a thing that hasn't happened yet. And here's the strangest comfort of all. Nearly everyone around you feels exactly this way too. Which means that in your loneliness, you are actually in the company of almost every other person alive. You are, even now, profoundly not alone in feeling alone. So tonight, instead of reaching for the phone and its empty little crumbs, try the braver thing. Think of one person, just one, and let them see something real. Send the honest message. Answer the next, "How are you?" with the truth. Drop the mask an inch, and let someone meet the actual you. It's terrifying, And it's the whole secret. Because you were never lonely for lack of people. You were lonely for lack of being known. And being known starts the moment you let yourself be seen. You're so much more lovable than the loneliness lets you believe. And if this hollow, surrounded but alone feeling lives in you too, please hear this. You are genuinely, truly not alone in it. There's a whole crowd of us, aching in the exact same way, reaching back toward each other. So stick around. We make these for nights like this. Take care of yourself. And let someone see the real you. They've been waiting for you too.